Okay, let's get record. สวัสดีครับ everyone. Welcome to the 10th week of the course Strategic Communication. And we are focusing on writing the plan. And also in the plan that you are writing, you have to include how you are going to evaluate your own plan as well. Okay, so far you have passed the exam with full mark, and also you have submit the plan, and you already saw your friend plan and gave comments. Can anyone here share with us what do you see, what did you see in your friend's plan, and also what do you feel? Can you share us that experience? I know that you already wrote the feedback, but it is also a good thing to also reflect about what you wrote. But first, we would like to understand what did you saw, what did you see, and what did you feel about it? Can anyone be the first person to share your experience? Okay, thank you, Serena.
So I read John,
good evening. Please come in.
and it was interesting because his first goal is similar to my first goal, but we had a different strategy. Yeah, so like different target public and for the same.
For the same goal. Can you tell me what goal it is?
It was to be the top of mind brand for our own categories of product.
Right. Okay. So the goal of the strategic communication plan is the same, which is to be the top of mind brand in the public, target public mind. But when you define your target public differently, so the tactics will be quite different as well. Okay. Thank you very much. What do you feel when you see that? Oh, this is the same goal. First feeling that come to you.
I was like, oh, okay. Just that.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what do you learn from reading John's plan? And it turned out to be different at the end.
His demographic and psychographic profile of the target public was very detailed. So I think for my final one, I want to maybe try to be as detailed as him.
Right. Why you think that a detailed analysis of target public will be a good direction, a good practice for you to also adopt? Why?
Because I think if you know them better, you can understand how you can influence their opinion and behavior better.
Yes, that is totally correct. And last question. Sorry that I kind of very in-depth interview about the experience of this interviewee. How you already give me some hints, okay? And I would like to emphasize that again. From what you saw, what you felt, and what you kind of learn, how are you going to adapt that kind of experience to some other context in other courses, in your career, in the future? So how are you going to adapt what you learn?
Well, I think it's adaptable to all the courses. Like on Monday, we have to think about how to localize a brand in like a new market. So if we can understand our target public, we can make relevant strategies. And also the evaluation part, it's not something I think about very often. So it was a good exercise.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please give a big applause to Serena. Yes, you're right. When you understand who you are talking to and where they come from the cultural background, from the belief backgrounds, whatever life experiences, then you can accommodate the language you can that you are going to use with them, and also adjust the message that will influence them better And also you can roughly predict the latitude of rejection and the latitude of acceptance, which means uh, the how the message will be rejected or accepted by that person if you really use this kind of message. That's very good indeed. And what about you, Sarah? Nice classes. Really, it suits the jeans very well. Very nice. Yes, yes, good, good. And your lips is very nice color as well today. Okay. Okay, so what we are talking about the accomplishment that you already achieved. You guys already achieved the city exam for the multiple choice exam, read your friend's plan, and now we are reflecting about what we learned from those kind of things. And we're talking about what did you see in your friend's plan, and what do you feel about his, her, or them plan. Okay, got this.
May I know who's in our group,
Okay.
the Zoom? Because it seems like I'm gonna talk about them. I need to make sure if they're here, then I can talk then.
Is it her?
No.
No.
I'm going to talk about. I think I commented on two papers. One is Fiona, one is Maura. Honestly speaking, for Mara, I'm not really familiar with her brand. That's why, like, I can only see what her tactics are, her strategies are. But Fiona, because I know the brand that the company that she wants to do. I feel like her strategies are great, but this is just a feedback, okay? Her strategies are great, but what I'm seeing is the things that has been done by the company. So I think I want to see something new from her, from her paper, because from the list that I saw, like the strategies she wrote down, that has been done by the company already. Yeah. As for Maura, I'm not really familiar with her brand, but I think she did outline a very good points, such as the labor work, and I think that's really good to highlight. Yeah, that's all I can.
Right. When you see something that is good to highlight, what is the characters or quality of that thing in the plan to you? Innovative or something? Because you said that sometimes people kind of write something that brand usually do, but when you say, okay, there are some part of the plan that you would like to highlight, what does it look like?
For me, Mara highlighted on individuals. It's not about innovation, but I think it's more like individual touch, where most company, you know, that if you're working in a company, like big company, no, not company, what do you call, like,
Corporate?
not corporate, sorry, such as like labor work, if you do production.
Factory?
Factory, right?
Manufacture.
Yeah, like, I think that's what she wants to talk about, like in a factory. And I think it's not about innovation, it's just about like human psychology. Yeah, I would say it's like individual touch. Yeah. That's one thing that she highlights.
Right. Okay, that's good. And from what you see and what you feel, how it can apply to your work?
I think Mara and we both have the same idea, because our plans are not necessarily about like something something tangible. So it's more on the intangible parts. So for example, like my plan includes about breaking down stigmas and taboos, and it's not something tangible, right? Same goes to Laura. So I think that's I can apply. I can discuss with her as well.
Okay, very nice. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Hey, Bob, you want to say something? Yes. what did you see and what did you feel?
I comment on PB works.
Mm-hmm.
I see the structure
Mm-hmm.
of the report and the sentence that concise, not too long or too short, to be clear.
Yes,
And this I will apply to my report also.
right. Don't write running sentences,
That's short and clear.
very complex.
Yeah.
Shorter, maybe more clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
and meaningful.
Meaningful. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. And what about you guys? Do you want to say something? What did you see?
I comment on one's work, like the top mark, and based on my knowledge, and I think like her goals and objectives are a little bit careful, because like I see the trend that like she can be more brave about the presentation, I think.
Right. And what do you feel about that kind of character?
She's a little bit careful, but I think it's on the same direction, like with my site.
So it can very relatable to yours. Can you
mean-
apply anything to your work?
Yes, I'm doing like similar things with her company, so I think we have the same directions.
Yeah. Okay, good. At least you get something from your reading and giving feedback. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you. Do you want to say something? Yeah, okay. You get complimented that you are kind of a person who are really clear about what you are writing.
I went through a few of our classmates' work as well, and I think overall the structure is similar, of course, and I think the objective is clear, and they all clearly include the important stakeholders, although maybe more stakeholders might be involved in certain situations, and maybe in some KPIs, maybe we can include some that is more measurable.
Right. Okay. Measurable kind of success is very important as well. So, do you think that that kind of thing can be also improve or enhance your work as well after you seeing their works?
I think so, yeah. Yes, I'll try to make my KPIs as measurable as possible. And I will recheck on the messages to each of the stakeholders to make sure that they align.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Yay. Yes, and for the measurement goals and evaluating those goals, we are going to maybe some of you haven't watched the video about the evaluation yet. So in this and next week, you can check the video EP 15. It's specifically talking about evaluation. And in that episode, you will hear a lot of words that related to this topic. And I think it can also enhance the evaluation sections of many of your plans. At the moment, I think you mostly write the evaluation section based on what you saw from the last year's student, right? And then you kind of improvise. And yeah, that is no harm at all. Just now you will learn the whole thing and really understand what you are writing about. But no problem. I will also give you feedback on your evaluation section so that I will also helping you develop that part into the next level. Is that okay? Okay, the next thing is going to be the activity, and there are two activities, making of model and the personal potential track. And in 10 minutes time, you will need to do some prayer and breakfast, right? I will explain this quickly. Is that good? Okay. The making of model, it is about the goal setting and the way you do to achieve that goal. And sometimes it's the case that you cannot achieve it as you expect. And sometimes you are very lucky with a lot of good context around you and your strength as well. You really achieve the goal. So I would like you to also learn about this model so that you will be able to reflect on what you kind of be able to do and how to make it better in the future. So in this model, we are trying to connect your goal, which is in the future, and also the past, something that you did. Join these two things together so that you can plan ahead in a very strong and healthy way as well. Right. Okay, so this is the instructions. Choose a time frame in your past, like maybe last year, or longer than that, like high school, for example. Then think back to the start of that period. Fill in the model using the headings. Goal. Okay, think back, what were your goals during that time? Maybe last year or before you joined this program, what was your goals? What were maybe your goal? And then what you learned, which means what did you learn during that time? It's always about reflection. And then which obstacle did you overcome? Thinking about good thing that you, okay, break through. And then what success did you achieve? What obstacle, what success, and who were the people involved? Who were the people involved with your success? This is a good time for you to really think back. Okay, I will leave you about 5 minutes time to think about it. And after the break, we will share the answer together. And during this time, we will kind of really contemplating about things. And if you guys need to leave, you can also do preparing as well, if you like. As well as you, if you like. No hurry. Lot of obstacle, I know. Just pick a few that significant. Oh, okay, good, good. Can you please write the answer maybe in your notes so that it really contemplating and reflects in kind of writing, in writing. 5 minutes. What were your goals back then? And what obstacle, what success, who helped you or who involved? Can you please write down and then you can share the answer, just like think, write, pair, and then we will share answer. ใช่คิดอยู่ถูกต้อง ใช่มันจะคิดยากไงคิดยากคิดยากต้องค่อยๆคิด สวัสดีครับเจียนเจ้าฟู
Hello.
Yes สวัสดีครับ How are
Yeah,
you
yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay so
Hello, I'm Lawrence.
โอเคครับสวัสดีครับ Do you have got any questions or concern to discuss with me
Nah.
No.
No okay so you are now thinking about the exercise we are doing
Yes.
right
Yeah.
Okay good
Yeah.
Okay, we will come back to you. And when you would like to share your idea, do not be shy. You will get a privilege of just turn on the mic and say. You don't have to raise your hand or ask for permission at all. Just turn on the mic and say it.
Okay.
Done.
Good. The obstacle is the signage. Okay. So, Sarah, do you want to share some idea? Oh, sorry, Serena. Serena, you want to share your idea before you leave for the prayer? Or not? You are not praying. You are going to just
I'm just
have
gonna
break.
eat
Oh, you just need to eat. Okay, good.
breakfast
Breakfast.
idea. Huh?
Okay.
Idea. I'm thinking.
You are thinking.
Yeah.
You can talk about the time that your goal last year was to submit the application.
Yes.
Yes, and what happened? The goal was to submit the application.
Yeah. I took a really long time writing my SOP.
State of purpose.
Yeah.
Why you want to learn MA in this faculty?
It was so hard
It was so hard.
because the page limit but you had to answer 4 questions, right? Yeah. So it was only like half a page for each. And I thought it was really hard to say everything I wanted to say. And I was worried about trying to stay authentic, but also wanting to stand out.
Yeah.
So it took me a really long time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It took you a very long time to really consolidate all the ideas, good ideas into one page and answer all the things that
Yeah.
request.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And that your goals to do that kind of challenging things. And then what did you learn during?
Learn.
Don't worry, don't be worried.
Don't be so worried. Yeah, to just really pick out what's important. Then I'm-
Prioritize. that's the learning. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And what obstacle did you overcome
Right.
writing? Before that, you find that writing are not easy for you to write in kind of concise way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I
That
have a
helps.
lot to say, I usually write a lot. Yeah.
With our limits.
Yeah. And also the timeline, because I had to fly to Japan for my graduation ceremony. So I wanted to finish everything quickly, and so maybe prioritizing and writing under pressure. The biggest
Yes.
obstacle.
Yes, could imagine. It's going to be very tenseful, very stressful time to you. And what success did you achieve?
I got accepted.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Very good. Right. You be able to write in a concise way. You kind of impress the judges, examiners, and then you, yes, yes. Otherwise, you didn't get in. And then, of course, your goal met because all things kind of go into your way. Very nice. Then, who were the people involved in this process?
I had my big sister and best friend read my statement of purpose. And my little sister came with me to hand in my application.
Oh, teamwork. Yes, very good. Yes, yes.
And my mom.
And your mom. Yes, that's very good. Okay, we will leave the story here and then we will come back and try to conclude what this activity leads us to. Right. Okay, thank you very much, Serena. Thank you. You want to share? Yes.
So my story took place like 8 years ago. But it's not too long.
Oh, you seem, yes.
Yes, you're good at math.
18.
So that's
18
when
before
I
COVID.
yes, that's when I just graduated from high school, and I think it's one of the moments I tried. One of the moments I tried the hardest in my life to study for exams for college. I study hard for SAT exams, and my goal was to be able to enter BBA here at Tula.
Yes, very competitive.
Yes, very. And I overcome my weaknesses by improving my mathematics skill for SAT exams because it requires quite a high score, and I suck at mathematics. And the goal or the obstacle would be the test, right? And the goal would be unfortunately I did not got accepted here, but instead I entered the Bachelor of Economic Economics instead. And people involved would be my friends from high school where we studied together, as well as tutors and teachers that may study for SAT exam.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes. And then Pop,
For me, last year,
last year.
quite similar with Serena. I have going here, and now I'm here. So, learning doing that time, also the writing and the how to write. Yeah, interview also to prepare the question and answer and test test the question, also the SOP answer. And yeah,
Right. Yes. Professor.
อาจารย์หนุ่ม
Oh.
someone woman จำไม่ได้
No problem. No problem. Were they friendly?
Yes,
Friendly?
quite friendly นะ
Yeah.
ก็
What do you want to
Gentleman.
What do you what exactly do you want from this project?
No, no. I don't think so.
You sound like a mini pageant. You said that.
You were very lucky. Enjoy. I mean, yes.
Three เลยเหรอ For me too
Yeah, but my other friends, I have one friend who interviewed for this program but didn't pass. So he got accepted in education. I think the same because he said that he's
Right. Okay. Yes. อาจารย์หนุ่ม friendly and very helpful.
Feeling
but I didn't
express myself to that.
Yes, very nice, very nice. So you learn how to anticipate the question. You have to prepare for that question to make sure that you answer well.
Actually, it's not the
The question that you got and right, but no problem. You have kind of practice.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Actually,
Brain practicing, just similar to what we are doing right now. We will not be able to anticipate what challenge in the future you will face, but as long as you have got a brain that got well structured to prepare for any type of challenges that you are going to face, that is what we can prepare. Okay, good. Thank you very much,ครับ. And who involved? อาจารย์หนุ่ม and who else involved in your kind of success?
my girlfriends,
The
my
girlfriend.
mom.
Girlfriend. Girlfriend.
Yeah.
It is the only noun that people have to always make it singular. Singular now. Okay, good. Thank you,ครับ. Thank you. Okay, and what about yours experience?
Mine is similar with me, like 9 years before, and in my high school and actually in Hong Kong, like when you get into kindergarten and you are prepared for the exam, like the DSE exam, which is Diploma of Secondary Education Examination, which the only exam to get into university. So, and in my high school, I just pay a lot of attention on my studies, and finally I got into like Hong Kong University, and like my parents give me a lot of support, like especially in financial support, because
Yes.
I have the after class tutoring, like for all subjects. So it's quite expensive for me, but finally I got a good outcome, and yes.
Yeah, you achieve what you want. Okay,
But
and what did you learn at that time?
But actually I quit university,
You don't like being
like after 1 year because too stressful. So I get into like in another like not that good university, but I have like the happiest 4 years. So I think it's worth it actually.
Yes, yes. When you are not in flow,
Yeah,
you should go to where you are be able to be in the flow again.
because I know I have that like potential to get into the good university. So I just like be brave to quit the good one. So thankful my parents support me this decision. So
Right. So what did you learn from that experience?
financial is really important.
Finance. Yeah.
Yes, and also like for doing anything, you have to pay your like 100% like hard, like work hard on it. So whatever like you can get the good result actually when you
Right.
like give full attention.
Right. Yes, you are right. Yes. Work hard and then it will pay off. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, my story is actually pretty similar with everyone, but like I have different obstacle. It's not about like the writing, but more my internal obstacles. So after
What
I
was that? When was that?
okay, it was in December 2022. December 2022. I was still deciding what to do after I graduate, right? And I was so scared. Suddenly I feel like my what do you call the crisis what? Crisis. No, not crisis communication.
Crisis in yourself, right?
Yeah, I have like crisis in myself.
Panic.
I had like so many questions in my head at the time. No. What do you call like early 20 to 20 something, and you think you're anxious about the future? Yeah, something I forgot the whatever.
It has got specific terms for that
Yes.
moment of life, and
There
that
is, but I forgot. I will think about it later. So during that time, I have one older sister, and at that time, I don't know, I felt like, what am I gonna do after I graduate? And if actually I want to do my master's, but at the same time, I'm thinking about if I do my master's, then I don't have real work experience, because this whole time I have always been a freelancer, not like a real one. So at that time, I felt so down because I felt I'm still a burden to my family because I haven't graduated. Like, I mean, I'm going to graduate, but like, I'm still like under my parents' support. I feel so down at that time. I think I isolated myself for 1 week at that time because I felt so down. And then I made up my mind, okay, I'm gonna continue for my master's degree. But then it is not as easy as I thought. Because I thought my dad would like, okay, you go for it, but he did not. At that time, I thought
you expect him to support you
Yeah.
100%, but
Right.
this time it's not as you expected.
yes. Even after my graduation, I went to Thailand with my sister for vacation. But my sister made an excuse like, oh, both of us are going to Thailand to see her university, which is Chula, but we did not actually. We did not go to Chula at that time. We just had vacation at that time. And then in January, I told my dad that I want to continue for my master's degree, and he said no. At that time, he said no. So my goals was at that time was to be able to be accepted in Chula, of course. But when my dad said no, I know that it's not gonna be an easy journey for me. So at that time, I was still in my hometown. I kind of lied to my dad that I had something to do in Bali because I graduated in Bali. I studied in Bali for 4 years, and most of my stuff are still in Bali. So I told my dad that I have to go back to Bali to do my stuff there. And then I eventually went to Bali and did everything there without my dad knowing, like preparing all the writing, the essay, whatever. So at that time, sometimes I would like talk a little bit about me, my plan to Chula, but I remember he said like, you should consider your decision. I think it's better for you to work instead of going for master's degree. And I still want to go. So at that time, I learned that nothing comes easy, and I learned that sometimes things are just sometimes things just don't go my way. So this this whole time, I thought that many things would just go my way, but that time, okay, maybe this is just not it. Okay, so what else is there? Which obstacles did you overcome? Oh yeah, so my parents not agreeing with my decision, and I had to fight alone. I don't have anyone at the time. Like, my parents would support me financially, as in like the application fee, and I had to send the documents. They would support, but it's not easy. It's not like they don't want to pay. It's just like they had so many consideration before actually giving me the support. So yeah, I had to prepare everything by myself. So I cried a lot. I was so scared that I wouldn't make it to Chula. So the success that I achieved is, yeah, I got accepted, and my dad actually let me go to Chula. After my name was listed on the shortlisted candidates, he was like, "Oh, so you're going to Thailand, right? You're going to Thailand for the interview." I was like, "Oh no, it's an online interview." But I could see like my dad was, "Oh yeah, you're going to Thailand for the interview?" He was like, "Okay now." So yeah, were there people who were the people involved? I would say two friends in Bali, because they always drive me to like print out like the documents, take my pictures taken. Yeah, that's why when they went to Thailand, I had to walk with them. Like I had to escort them anywhere because played a very important role so that I can go to Chula. And of course, my dad financially. And after I get selected for the shortlisted candidate, yeah, my dad eventually like gave me a full support.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, happy.
Happy ending?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes, of course, you will get also graduate from July too. Okay, what about you, James and Lawrence?
Hello, John. For me, I think the apply for Chula and the entry for Chula is very hard to me. But I want to say the most hard part of me is losing weight. So in 2 or 3 years before doing my bachelor, and I just play game and sleep at home, and when I woke up, I go to eat something with my friend. Obviously, it's a Lawrence, and so my weight is very high at that time. Is 95 kilogram, and I think no, I don't want that. During my age, I can more easier to lose weight, but in the future, like 30 or 40 years old, if I want to lose weight, my body is not going to be healthy and it's very hard. So I decide to move on and go to swimming and go to running and control my daily eating. The most hard part is control my daily eating. So every night I will very hungry, and the 7-Eleven is downstairs. So it's very hard to control myself too. Yeah. So but I did it. So after 1 years, my kilogram is 95 kilo. My weight is 75 kilogram. So I lose 20 kilogram of my weight. So but during COVID-19, I just stay at home for 2 years, so my weight is become like used to be. So now I'm pretty heavy now, so I want to restart it yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And what did you learn during that time?
Maybe is the most important thing is persistence for my plan, because when you're very tired, but you think, oh, today I haven't running or exercising, so you need to move your body, wake up and go to do something.
Yes, that's good learning. And who were the people involved?
At that time, just me and my friend support, because my friends say, oh, you lose weight I can see your hard work or something can support me to keep going.
Good. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And what about you, Lawrence?
Yeah, for me, it's like at that year, last year, I think like apply for my master degree is not the most important things. I think as another one as a competition of my rap. So like at that time it was like how to say, like every city and they gonna pick some like a good rapper and to have the competition. So me and my friend were in the same group. So at the time we were saying we have to hard work to become famous. If we want to be famous, we have to hard work. So we prepare a lot, like day by day because like it was during the summer vacation. So after that we won like a champion of our city. And after that, we have like the province competition, like every champion, we're gonna like battle together. And after that, we get the champion again. And after that, at the biggest, it is like the biggest final round, and it's like every champion from the different province, and we gonna like fight together. At first, we thought we want to get the champion, but after that, we got the third prize even though it's not champion, but like we still got a lot. Yeah, something like this.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing your, I think, a very personal experience and feeling. And I would like to let you guys know that this activity is letting you actually evaluate what you got or get, actually got is in the past, right? What you got and what made you got it. And this is the core principle of the evaluation. Yes, because in a few weeks, you will watch the video about evaluation. And in the video, I talk a lot about things, interview, focus group, survey, text interview, blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of techniques to do the evaluations, but it doesn't matter. It's about the idea, why we need to evaluate it, so that we understand what make you get that achievement, how you overcome that, whatever obstacle along the way. Why we need to do that kind of thing, so that in the future, you can plan better. Plan for the obstacle. You will be kind of prepared when your family member that you thought is going to be kind of 100% all the time, kind of take it for granted, to always supportive to you guys. And that time they just not as you expected what you need to do for plan B. You have to rely on yourself and your mental, your peer support. And again, when everything turned out well, you also see that your family member more kind of trusted in you, so that he and she kind of fully support you as you expected, again, always there with you. So this is kind of the learning, and also you can kind of preparing. And for other cases as well, when you kind of evaluate your success and obstacle, that is a good practice all the time. Although you get kind of a very good what you call positions in the competitions, you get the position in the college that not your top choice, but the second one, you already prepare for all the kind of thing, and you know what you need to do. That is kind of why we need the evaluation. It's not about the KPI alone. It's about what you learn during that time, who involved, and what made you feel about it. So this kind of thing is very important. Then the methods of evaluations come later. The measurements come later, but the learning comes first. Okay, good. And this is what the make of model means. What does it make of? What do you make of it? Make sense of it, right? The past. So evaluation is all about the past, and that's for a strong future. Yeah. Okay, so next activity, please. The next activity is really connected to the one that we have just completed. Oh yes, I have to talk about, thank you very much, Kun Khan. And also, I would like to mention, and it's better to ask students how we are going to apply this making of model to the communication professional. Maybe without reading first. Okay. I already said something about plan writing already, but for the communication professionals, you can repeat something that I already talked again in your own version, in your version.
Like for the model that we just did.
Yes, yes. What is the goal? What is the learning? What obstacle? What success actually? And who involved? So that you can kind of include those person into the next round of challenge again.
So I think
Your alliance.
so. The first thing is to identify the goal. Like
Yes.
what would be the communications goal that you would like to actually make? And
Yeah, you
then,
have to have clear goal. Otherwise, you don't know what to achieve.
like, who are you going to talk to, and how are you going to do that?
Yes.
And with what message or which touch point would we engage them at? And the obstacles could be, or maybe perhaps the a certain behavior of the audiences, or could be anything that comes in the way with
Yeah.
how we communicate,
Yeah.
and like noises and something like that. And the success then could be measured with KPIs, but then what comes before the result is what we learn from it, right? Like
Yes, you're right.
step.
Yes, you're right. Thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I always like to hear the student reflections because it's going to make me sure that you really understand what we are talking about, and you are right. Yes. The obstacle, if we already know in our past campaign, for example, what are the obstacles to really achieve the campaign more easier? What is the obstacle? Then in the next plan, in the next round of the campaign, you can prepare for that obstacle and include that obstacle into consideration beforehand. And then it's not going to be surprising obstacle anymore. It's already part of the story. Okay, good. So that's why we need evaluation. Although the plan is already successful, the campaign is already successful, but we have to evaluate it for the next round and repeat the same and even better success in the next campaign. Thank you. Next, and you can read further in a more detail in the my course if you like. But now we are going to move on. This is the quote in the cartoon. The past can hurt. Okay, please read. Words of wisdom.
The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
Yeah.
Run.
You cannot run from your past because it will follow you all the time. So, oh, past is the past. Okay, good. Thank you. So this is the words of wisdom for tonight. And then this is the next model, the personal potential trap. Oh, yes, it's really relevant. Yes, it's relevant. When you talk about your story, oh my God, this is going to be touching Sarah a lot. Okay, so have you ever feel like people are expecting too much from you? Yes, everyone say yes. Because you know what? When you are in your first job, it is very likely that people expect you to be the savior of the organization. You are new blood, fresh air. You are going to come and change the directions in a good way of the company, something like that. You expect it a lot. You come from July. You come from Mahidol. You come from a very good university, and you get over expected. And what makes you the other person don't really feel? They make you feel kind of so nervous And when you can't deliver something that over expected, of course, I think you feel not so comfortable, feel frustrated is the word, I think. Because you want to do things better than that, but you don't know how to because of the lack of experience or lack of connections or lack of maybe financial support to do something that you might need some extra people to help you do. So you feel frustrated. But you know what? Later in your life, you will not care other people's expectation anymore. That's like I am feeling right now because I know what I want and I don't care about you anymore. Okay, but never listen to me. You have to experience it yourself. So there are three models. And the model, this personal potential tabs have got three curves for you to consider. The first curve is my expectation of myself, what you expect about yourself. The second one is other people's expectation of me. Three is my actual achievements. And I think in general, the achievement is more or less something that very realistic. But sometimes something that is not realistic is the expectation. Sometimes people expect unrealistically about you, and you sometimes also unrealistically expect about yourself achievement as well. So let's come back to the realistic achievement. Look at this one. This is come from the kind of thousands of observations. And I think it's kind of very, very related to many people experience here. When you are in your educations, okay, the light blue one, other people's expectation of me is very low. Just chill, just chill out, just easy, take it easy all the time, something like that. People don't expect something about you. But you expect about yourself is higher than people kind of expect to you. For example, I don't expect a lot about you when you are in your education, when we are learning in the class. I don't expect too much about you. I don't want to put pressure. But to me, as a lecturer, I always see that the student put a lot of pressure onto themselves a lot. So they kind of over expect about themselves. And this is the achievement, okay, more or less, something like this. But when you are in the phase of your first job, what happened? You get hired by your new boss. Your new boss get a lot of expectations about you. Okay, the light blue. Okay, people, when you get hired with new kind of degree and maybe you get paid more or very closely to person who hired for some times. Yes, so people in the company all expect you to deliver a lot to the company. And this is people expectation in the light blue. And here, your expectation. You also want to, okay, at the first time, you kind of not so sure about yourself to be able to deliver something to the company or not. So you expect really low when people expect to you very high. So it is some kind of a crash in expectations, right? But when you work further, when you work longer in the company, more and more people, sometimes you see that you can deliver better than people expectations, maybe one time, because it's kind of fluke with luck or something. Okay, and then people get higher expectation on you, and they don't know that it's a fluke. So the expectation get higher exponentially Okay, I'm not so sure that is already true to you or not, but sometime in your life, it might be something like that. But the thing that you have to be prepared is this thing is going to happen sometime in your life because it already happened in many other people's life. Okay, so people expect a lot about you, even more unrealistically, which means the achievement, which is the realistic one, is the same. It's not going as high as other people's expectations, as you can see, and it can even drop because the fluke might not get repeated again and again and again and again like that. It's going to come 1 or 2 times and no fluke anymore. Then the achievement get bottom. We call it crisis in your career. This is a crisis time. The achievements get really low, and people from expect to you very highly, but when it's time of the crisis, what happened? People don't expect anything from you anymore. You seem to be looked as, I don't know, it is the right word or not, useless or hopeless in that period of time. But again, I would like you to always believe in yourself like this one. If you feel too bad about yourself until you cannot come back, it's not your life anymore. People already taken your life, which is something you should not let it happen. So you have to stand tall and high, believe in yourself so that you can pass this period, the crisis period. And then when you feel that, okay, this is the change of direction. You don't expect much from yourself, but you will deliver better than you kind of think about it. And then you will be very happy, right? And although when people are expecting about something from you unrealistically, you know how to communicate, what they can expect from you. And this is what we call change of direction. If I am not so sure how many people can actually shorten the phase from education to change of directions so that you don't have to pass the crisis moment. I'm not so sure. I think in every single person's experience, sometime in their life have to pass this phase so that they can develop into another stage of themselves. But if you're aware of this model, you remember this model, whenever you see or whenever you encounter the crisis, you know what to do. I hope that you still remember, communicating is the way to adjust the expectation gap. This is something that you should do. Do not keep it unclear. You have to tell people what they can expect from you. Although you come from a very good university, you look like you can do a lot of things, but realistically, I am learning. I am a first jobber, darling. Okay, or those I kind of getting a fluke. You have to let people know that it might be a fluke. There are a lot of factors that help me be able to do that. You have to communicate. Otherwise, people, what? They will keep resting the bar until it is unrealistic. And that is going to be the time for the crisis in very near future. It happens a lot. Okay, good. So I think this model is going to be very useful for you. do we have got any instructions for this model, or it's just we to explain? Oh no, it's just explaining. Okay, because this is something that continuation from the previous activity. Okay, from what I tell you about the model, what do you feel and what impression do you got? What impression do you got from the model? What did you learn?
I actually learned this like firsthand in my previous job. I was a performance marketing agency, so we use what app that drives directly with sales, and client would be very focused on the results, like the return on ad spend. And my boss always emphasized the importance of setting expectations with the client, because especially in e-commerce, like if we deliver a high return for 1 month, it might not be so for another month. And then it's very important to set a realistic goal on how much is possible to achieve with the clients to avoid any conflict, like you said.
Correct. Thank you very much. Realistic goal setting is very important, and you have to communicate. And if it is a fluke, you have to let other people know that it is a fluke. Don't get it as standards. Okay. What do you want to say?
So for me, I think from this model, I learned that maybe I did something that I should have not done back in my past. Not something serious. So back then, when I was in my bachelor's program, I often joined like a lot of tour guiding competitions, like basically competitions and like representing my program, I think, like the faculty, right? So at that time, I felt like at first it was fun. It was fun. It was okay for me, but I think like they put so much expectation on me, like, oh, Sarah can do everything. But in fact, I'm just like any other students that I have my own limits. So at that time, I feel like they kept asking me to, Sarah, can you please join this, join that, join this, join that? And I got so
competitions.
so many competitions at that time. And I got so tired. And I felt like my dean at that time, she saw my senior in me. Like I have one senior that did everything, and he always won those competitions. And I felt like my dean saw him in me, which I felt like I'm not him. I'm not him. I cannot be like him. So I think my senior did, but I couldn't. I had several times like losing and not becoming the champion. So yeah, I mean, at that time, I think I did not communicate with my dean, like, I've had enough. But instead, I was like, okay, miss, I will. But in fact, I was not happy about it.
Right. Thank you.
I got overworked, unpaid.
Unpaid. Okay, thank you for sharing. Do you want to share something for us? Okay, no worry. When you are ready, then. All right. So tonight, I think we have already reflect a lot of things about our class, because the theme of this week and next week is about the evaluation. Because evaluation is about doing something in the past and learn it from it, so that we can grow in the next round if we have to do it again. Okay. I hope that tonight is going to fulfill and rewarding to you guys. Thank you very much for coming. Oh, I forgot James and Roland. Do you want to share anything from your experience, James? What about?
I still don't have idea about it.
Okay, you don't have any idea about it. So the third idea is, when you see that people are expecting on you, I have got some expect from you too much, and you know that you'll not be able to deliver or be something like what he or she expect on you, you have to communicate.
Yes.
Yes, especially when you are at the stage of the first jobber, you have to communicate.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And here are 3 tips for you. Okay, to manage the expectations you have for yourself in particular. First thing is you have to be patient to yourself. You need time. Allow some time for your new thing. You have to allow yourself some time to learn new things and adapt to changing expectation, which means sometimes people keep changing their expectation on you. Maybe about the deadline, shorter deadline, more works, then you have to be prepared for that. And if you are overwhelmed or over-expected, always communicate. So these are 3 tips. This is true, right?
Yeah, the thing about communicating with someone is sometimes I'm just afraid that, for example, I want to communicate that I don't like this restaurant, for example. Past experience. I don't like this restaurant because this restaurant is like not on my budget.
Ah, right.
Okay, but because everyone was like so happy to eat there, not like recent experience. Okay, very in the past. No, not yesterday, not yesterday. Because everyone was so happy, like, oh, let's go eat in this restaurant. And then when we sat down, we all realized, I mean, I already see it. The price is like very expensive. And then when we sat down, everyone realized that it's so expensive. But we already sat down, right? But we did not go. Instead, we stayed. So we didn't even order like a proper meal, like only appetizers. And it cost us probably like 2,000, 3,000. And I was not happy about it. And I know that's also my fault because I should have told them that let's just find something else. This restaurant is too expensive, but I did not. Yeah. So that's the thing, because I want to say to them that this restaurant is expensive, but I don't want to ruin their mood because they were so happy to eat in this restaurant. Yeah, that's the obstacle I might have to face in communication.
Yes, you are right. It's also happened to me as well. Yes, I have to share my experience, right? Right. Yes. When I go out to to meet my old friends and they are working in some big company, right? Like Central, CPN, head of communication, digital, blah 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 blah. A meal for that can entertain her is about 5,000 baht a meal, a Michelin star, this kind of thing. But it's something that I don't think that I can do that. So maybe first time is fine, but the second time I have to say that, okay, this time I'm going to be the person who select the restaurant and then I show them the Instagram of this restaurant. Yes, and also the menu and the price of the menu as well. Okay, and so we take turns in selecting the restaurant. Okay, and when it's kind of 5,000 again, then I have already prepared. Oh, right. Or beforehand, I will tell her that maybe this round we can try something nice, but in this kind of budget. Yes, beforehand. So that she will kind of select the restaurant in the price range. No, single lady. Okay, thank you very much for tonight, and I hope that it is going to make you grow. Thank you. สวัสดีครับ Bye bye ครับ สวัสดีครับ
Thank you, Aja.
You're welcome. And for the applying, you can read this one. It is quite long. Thank you very much. Don't forget to read again when you have time. And James and Lawrence, do you have got any questions for me to answer?
No.
For me, I don't have right now. Thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Bye bye, Lawrence. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, James.
Bye bye, Sarah. Bye bye, guys.
Okay, bye bye. ลูกเขาเหรอ มีลูกแล้วเหรอ